Welcome back, everybody, to Forever True TV. I'm your host, Angelique, and tonight we have another discussion. First of all, we just want to just tell everybody sorry for all of the delays, but guess what? We're here and we're on time tonight. 6:30 in the Pacific Standard Time, and we're going to have a nice time tonight. We're not going to be on very long, but by the time you get off tonight, you probably have some more questions. Tonight we have our special guest tonight and my sister, Miss Jess. She's going to be on, and we're going to be talking about the Kenneka Jenkins case. Not only that, we're going to also review some of the things that was being said in the statements as well as in their interviews. All right, so before we get started, I want to just say thank you, Alea Muhammad, for coming on. Hello, my dear. Sai Star, Precious Silly, good evening. Queen Go Hard, good evening. We have tonight that's going to be working with us as our moderator, Toonie Tunes and Coco Brown. So we want to also say a special happy birthday to Coco Brown's daughter. Happy birthday. And so now we're just going to go ahead and get started with watching our show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Forever True TV. I am your host, Angelique, and I am here today to talk to you about the Kenneka Jenkins case. We have Jessica online tonight, and we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to make it very short and sweet. We're not going to be on too long, but we definitely want to go over a few things that is happening with our show. So within the last few days, we have been actually listening to a lot of things that has been going on, such as we've been reading over the statements for the Kenneka Jenkins case. And some of the statements kind of stuck out to me and Jess. Jess, can you say hi to everybody? Let us know you here tonight.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, can everybody say hi to my girl? Can we get some hearts up in there for my girl? You know, she's one of them true soldiers and true troopers that is down to, you know what I'm saying, get online, get on the panel with us and talk about this here case. It touches her heart as well as mine. So so far, Miss Jess, what do you think about these statements that's going on with Kenneka, with Monifa and Irene and Bree and Shemaya?
Well, I found the statements to be contradictory. They contradicted one another. Back in October, I read, I think it was Monifa's statement that she said that she, her and Shemaya walked Kenneka out the room and realized they didn't have the phone and keys. So she came back in the room. Monifa said she came back in the room and searched and got the phone and keys. And when she went back out, Kenneka was gone. Kenneka was gone. Actually, excuse me, her and Shemaya walked back in the room. And so that, kind of bothered me, because then I'm just like, well, if she was so intoxicated, why would you leave her in the hall? Why, first of all, why does it take two people to go back in the room to retrieve personal items? And second of all, why would you leave somebody that's intoxicated in the hallway by themselves? So that was like the first witness statement that I read back when Rosemont first uploaded the files for for the public. And then a couple of days ago, they updated some more statements. They were redacted statements, and when I looked, I saw something different from
Mm-hmm.
Monifa.
Mm-hmm.
And what I viewed was she said that she walked Kenneka out the room and she realized that she didn't have the phone or the keys, and she went back in the room to ask Irene for the phone because Irene was streaming music off the phone, and that she called Ariana for the keys.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, caused me to pause for a second, and think like, I could have sworn, back in the original statement, the first statement I read, that she got the phone and the keys. So
Mm-hmm.
that right there is what, that's when I say, you know what, what she's saying, it's just, it doesn't even make sense. And so then I reviewed Irene's witness statement, um, who didn't mention nothing about a phone call to Ariana for the keys, but that um, she came back in the room and said she needed the car keys and the phone, and so on and so on. So,
Mm-hmm.
but today I viewed Irene's live, her interview with Zach TV1,
Yeah,
and Irene said something totally different. So the
exactly.
whole thing about this is that the three girls, and well, I'm not going to even talk about Ariana because I didn't read her witness statement yet. But
Yeah.
between Irene and we're going to talk about just mentioning Irene and Monifa,
Right.
witness statement to the Rosemont Police Department, and also the interview she did with Zach TV1. It
Right.
just it all is it contradicts one another, and
Yes.
so I personally believe, based off of the inconsistency of their statements and they're not being the same,
Mm-hmm.
that that story was collaborated to cover why Kenneka was supposedly left in the hallway by herself.
Exactly. Exactly. I truly.
So I don't see any truth in um them getting the keys back, because in Irene's video, and I think a lot of people overlook this, because, and I know I did when it first surfaced on YouTube, because everybody was just, anxious about, the fact that she was giving an interview. People want to know what she had to say. And so a lot of stuff was looked over. And I actually overlooked that um, until you brought that to my attention. So
Mhm.
when I did listen to it, she initially said in the beginning that Shamaya returned to the room. No, the first thing she said was, when Monifa got Kenneka up off the bed, the girls, and we're assuming that's Shamaya and Monifa, told her that they were finna leave and
Yes.
give them the keys and the phone. And
Give him the
so
phone.
then that was the first thing she said. Then she turned around and said, after Zach interrupted her, well,
Mhm.
no, then she turned around and said that Shamaya came back for the phone. So that leaves Monifa in the hallway with Kenneka.
Correct.
And
That's
then
correct.
when Zach interrupted her, she changed it around and said that the
Yes.
girls
They
came
said
back in the
thank you.
room, right, to
Exactly.
get the phone. And if you wasn't really paying attention, you kind of missed it, because it was all like within 2 seconds how she just kind of switched her
Shifted.
story up that fast. But I feel like that's because he interrupted her. He really didn't even let her finish her sentence. It's like he kept interrupting her when she was trying to explain the what took place
Mhm.
before they actually walked Kenneka out that room. So
Yes.
that to me was a discrepancy, as far as what was typed up and
What
what
I'm.
she said on camera.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. So, with that being said, that was a good synopsis. That what, as far as that is concerned, I think that you're right. When I was listening, some just made me go back in, and that's the reason why I chit chat with you about it. But something said, go listen to the interview, based on what our communications, what our briefing was on. So when I went to go listen to the interview, yes, she did have a strange um, interview, and she was messing up. And there's some things that I learned. Now, I always try to vet and do my own research, and I encourage everybody. Let me let everybody know now, Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, because I know we always tend to go off strandling somewhere, but we ask that God continue to protect us as we talk about this case. Now, the thing is this, and that is, when it came down to the fact that she was in that interview, she looks really nervous. First of all, she looks really nervous. So I know you've seen how nervous she was. But I watched Judge Judy, and Judge Judy will tell you in a heartbeat, uh, don't even think about lying, because I'm going to catch you in your lie. And so sometimes when they ask those questions real fast and you give that chain reaction response like real fast, it's like you're telling the truth. You're telling exactly how you officially feel. And then, but if you have time to think about it, then you have time to lie. And so those were some of the things tools that I learned in school as well as in this program. And they would make you sit down with your partner, and it could be somebody that's in a group. It could be A and B, and they say A and B is getting ready to do theirs. A is going to be the one that's going to do the talking. So B is going to be asking you questions, and A is going to be answering you real fast. So B has to ask you in a fast, timely manner. You have 1 minute to do it, and you go, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And at the same time, the person that's in the A seat is answering real fast. I want to be a politician. I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. That means that you don't have time to think about it. You're just coming out with it. And that's what was happening in that interview with Irene and Zach. I think that more or less Zach was anxious because he was trying to get the information out, and he was trying to get it out as quickly as he can. But like you said, he was interrupting her from being able to really spill the beans. It was almost like she was, the way he was asking, it was like she ain't had no time to think.
Well, he was answering the questions. It's almost like he was asking her a question, but then kind of answering it for her instead of allowing her to even for her she couldn't even complete her sentences without him jumping in, and that's what I didn't like.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen so everybody could be able to see the actual I want them to be able to see the document for Irene and Monifa's statement. And then from there, what we'll do is we will go into the interview with Zach TV real quickly. And then last but not least, we're going to just show you a couple of things that I have recorded. And then if you want to actually see the video, I will upload the video this evening so everyone will be able to actually see what I've discovered in the recordings. There was a gentleman that came online yesterday and was commenting on one of the lives that we did the day before yesterday, which he really put out some good information. And we did, between Jessica and I, we actually sat and we watched the video for a while to see if we seen some of the stuff that Monifa as well as Irene was stating. And I did not see it. But if you want to see what it's about, you can actually watch it on our YouTube channel, and then we will go over it and discuss it maybe on Sunday night's show. So right now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So 1 second, you guys. Okay. Can everybody see the screen? If you can see the screen, let me know.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So right now we're going to go here and we're going to look at this. Here is Irene's statement. Okay. And so uh, so we have Douglas Anderson on tonight. Thank you, Douglas, for coming in. He's one of the gentlemen that is helping. He's very interested in the case, and he was one of the gentlemen that kind of mentioned some things. And we'll go over some of the statements that are being made in just 1 second. So as you can see, it says, I, Detective Dil Kova 1444, conducted an interview with so-and-so, so-and-so on 12 September 2017 at approximately 20:54 hours at the Rosemont Police Station. Irene came to the station voluntarily. So they already so this is the thing. They actually blacked her out, but then they turn around and they say her name. So what good was it for her to continue, for them to continue to black out? Oh goodness. What that tell you? That tells you that, you know, whoever was calling themselves trying to black out the names did not do a good job. We know that already. So it says Irene came to the station voluntarily to cooperate in the investigation. The following is a summary of the interview. Blank stated we know it was Irene. So Irene stated she was having her birthday party at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont. Killer was also celebrating his birthday. Blank, Irene, stated she posted a flyer on Facebook inviting people to come to their birthday party. Irene stated she was friends with Kenneka, and Kenneka reached out to her to find out details about the birthday party. Irene stated she got to the hotel approximately 2,200 hours. So $2,200 is about 10 o'clock. On September the 8th of 2017 with her sisters, her cousin, and her friend. Prior to arriving at the hotel, Irene stated that she, blank, and blank each took one ecstasy pill. Blank stated she did not take any more pills the rest of the night, and the group did not bring any pills with them to the hotel. Irene stated she left the hotel at approximately 22:30 hours to pick up swishers to smoke weed at the hotel room. Irene stated she returned at approximately 2300 hours, and the following people were at the hotel room, in addition to blank, blank, and blank. Killer, later identified as blank, Mike, later identified as blank, blank, also known as Neff, short for nephew, later identified as blank, and later identified as blank, stated the guys that showed up brought weed with them. Blank, Irene provided the following, or blank provided the following additional names for people who attended the party: Kenneka Jenkins, Bree, Peas, which is Patrick, T.Y., later identified as someone showed up with Peas, Wonky, and then Quan and Pucky. Irene stated shortly after Kenneka arrived, she started a Facebook Live on blank's phone. Stated they arrived at approximately 0100 hours before most of the people started coming to the party. Stated the party was still chill during the live video. Irene stated she was aware of the accusations going around the internet, but Kenneka was not in any harm or danger during the live video. I informed that whoever it was, there was speculations on the internet that she was an employee for the Crown Plaza Hotel. Blanken denied this and stated she was employed at Murano's, which is a store market or something like that. However, Blank stated she had to quit her job after this incident because she was being harassed at work and receiving death threats. Additionally, Irene stated she had to move from Chicago to Blank because people were showing up at her house threatening her. Irene stated she did not see Kenneka smoke weed or take any drugs during the party, but observed Kenneka drink a lot of Hennessy. Irene stated Kenneka was drinking straight from the large bottle of Hennessy. Well, if that's the case, then why was there a cup? What did she need a cup for? Okay. Irene stated Kenneka seemed sober when she first got to the party, but later appeared very drunk. Well, within 1 hour, she got drunk. Okay. So Irene stated Kenneka would repeatedly stand up to dance and yell for Blank to get up and dance, stating, "Girl, get up, girl. It's your birthday." And then Irene stated Kenneka appeared so intoxicated that Blank's sister Blank took the bottle of alcohol away from Kenneka. Blank, Irene stated she told Kenneka to stop drinking and let Blank finish her bottle. Irene stated she was unsure what size bottle of Hennessy Kenneka had, but it was the large bottle with a handle on it. I've never seen a Hennessy bottle with a handle on it. Okay, so Irene states she saw Blank leave with Blank at some point during the party, and then Blank returned later in the night. Blank stated she remembers Kenneka, Blank, and Blank leaving the hotel room together. Now, let's make sure we get that part. She says right here, she says Irene states she remembers Kenneka, Blank, and Blank leaving the hotel room together. Irene stated she saw Blank and Blank back inside the hotel room, and they were telling people that Kenneka was missing. Irene stated she laughed at them and did not take them serious. Irene said, what you mean you lost Kenneka? How you lose a grown person? Blank said most of the people in the hotel room did not take it seriously and did not believe Kenneka was actually missing. Blank stated she left the hotel at approximately 05 in the morning. Now, this is what Irene said. Irene said she left at 05 in the morning. Okay. Blank stated Kenneka was a good friend of hers and she is very upset about her death. Irene stated she would not allow something bad to happen to Kenneka, and neither would the people at the party, as many of them were close friends or cousins of Kenneka. Irene stated her cousin Blank is also cousins with Kenneka. Blank stated Waki, Quan, and Pucky are brothers and blood cousins with Kenneka. Stated there were members of from the Vice Lord Street at the party, but there was no fighting or issues at the party. During the interview, I asked Irene for consent to conduct a forensic examination of her cell phone, provided written consent to search her cell phone. I asked Irene how her and Killa booked the hotel room. Irene stated she was not sure, and Killa was the one who got the room. I showed Blank, Irene, the picture of the two subjects who checked into the hotel. Stated she did not know the male subject. So now it went from this woman now to this male, and stated the female subject possibly goes to by the street name T and is known swiper on the west side of Chicago. Irene assisted in the investigation by providing me with any phone numbers or Facebook accounts she had for people who attended the party. So before we go to the next clipping, I just want to go back and say, what do you think about this here statement? Let's go into the next one and see what they say. Anybody here? Anybody want to discuss that? Did we get these directly from the Rosemont Police site? Yes, we did. And these are directly from the site. If you look, it says report number 19. Go over to the site and you will see it. It's directly from the site. Everything that we pull and we post, majority of the stuff that we post, we are going to post from the Rosemont PD or the Rosemont site itself. We try not to post any falsified documents unless we know that it's falsified, and we're going to let you know that it's falsified. But thanks for asking, Miss Ann. I truly appreciate that. Okay, so this here is Monifa's interview. So Detective Roshafrek 144 and Del La Cova conducted an interview with Blank on 12 September, approximately 13:30. The interview was conducted at Blank's residence listed above. The following is a summary of the interview. Blank stated she and Kenneka had plans to go see a movie with other friends on 8 September 2017. And by the way, Ann, if you noted, if you actually go and look at some of the files, one of the files, the report interview files, where they show the communication in the text messaging, this is some of the document. What she's saying is actually written in the text messages that is posted on the Rosemont website. So it says, Monifa stated that Kenneka changed her mind and wanted to go to a hotel party for blank's birthday instead of seeing a movie. Monifa stated it was not uncommon for her and Kenneka to attend hotel parties. Monifa stated she and Kenneka left Kenneka's residence. So now we know that, because remember, we kept trying to figure out who was the person that was with Kenneka when she left the house. Even her mom, Teresa, would not even mention it. Well, it's mentioned right here. So we know that Kenneka actually left with Monifa. So she says that, I'm sorry. So it says that Monifa stated that she and Kenneka left Kenneka's residence at approximately 2,300 hours. And Kenneka then picked up blank, blank, and blank, blank. So those must be Shemaya and Bree. After picking them up, they also picked up a Bluetooth speaker for the party. That was what Monifa was holding in her hand. Alcohol from a local liquor store, later identified as Franklin Food and Liquor, and cannabis. Monifa stated they picked up a large bottle of Hennessy, unknown exact size, and Rippin' energy drink. After picking up those items, the group headed to the Crown Hotel in Rosemont. Monifa stated Kenneka was driving her mother's vehicle. When they arrived at the hotel, Kenneka called, which Irene did state in the interview that she called when she got downstairs. It says when they arrived at the hotel, Kenneka called Irene and asked where to park. Irene told Kenneka to park in the back and charge the parking to the room. Kenneka was worried if this didn't work, she would have to pay a $200 fee. Because the parking sign at the hotel stated there was a $200 fee for a lost ticket. After parking the vehicle, the group entered the hotel through a back entrance and went up to room 926. As they were walking up, Blank recorded a video of them in the elevator. When they got to the room, the following people were there: Blank, Blank's sister, Blank identified, and the unknown people that's all blacked out. I'm not going to go through all that. Soon after arriving, Blank used Blank's phone to make a Facebook live video. I informed Blank the live video has gone viral on the internet, and some people are speculating it sounds like someone is saying help me in the background. Monifa stated she does not hear anyone say help me in the video and thinks the sound people are referring to is the Chief Keef song playing in the background. I also asked Monifa about the part in the video that mentions $200, and I stated some people are also speculating Kenneka was sold for $200. Monifa stated Kenneka was talking about how she didn't want to pay the $200 for parking at the hotel if it didn't work out charging parking to the room. So apparently Monifa stated she did not see any sexual activity take place during the hotel party. In question, note, photographs of the parking sign were taken and attached to this report. The sign states lost ticket pays $200, which that also is on the website. Blank also explained that Kenneka was upset because her boyfriend recently went to jail. Blank stated she could be heard on the video telling Kenneka that she needs to have a good time, to which Kenneka responded she was having a good time. Blank explained the live video was taken at the beginning of the hotel party before most of the people showed up. Monifa stated Kenneka was not in any harm or danger during the live video. But she said during the live video. Why she didn't say during the whole entire time of the party? Monifa stated the people who were in the room during the live video were friends of Kenneka. Monifa stated there was approximately 30 people who attended the hotel party in addition to the aforementioned names. We're not going to go through those names because we already know. It just says down here, stated they were sitting together on a bench inside the room and sometimes got up to dance. Monifa stated that if one of them went to the bathroom, all three went together. Huh? Okay. Monifa also stated she got very intoxicated during the party and even had to vomit at one time. What? Okay. Monifa stated she, Kenneka, and Blank walked out of the hotel room to leave the party shortly after 03 in the morning. Okay, so that's where I want to kind of pinpoint. She says, Monifa states that she, Kenneka, and Shamaya walked out of the hotel room to leave the party after 3 o'clock. Okay, so now it says that Monifa stated they realized they did not have Kenneka's cell phone and keys when they were in the hallway outside of the hotel room near the elevator. Monifa stated they then went back inside. The key word is she's saying they then went back inside the hotel room to get Kenneka's belongings. Once inside the room, Monifa realized Kenneka, or whoever realized Kenneka did not follow her and Blank into the room. Now, this here, we know it's saying Monifa because the H at the end. Monifa states they found Kenneka's phone and keys inside the room and then walked back out into the hallway. Monifa stated it took approximately 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to find Kenneka's phone. Why would it take 10 to 15 minutes to find a phone when Irene is the one who had the damn phone and she was the one that was streaming the doggone music for them to listen to on the Bluetooth? Okay, all right, okay. I'm stupid here.
And
Okay,
mind you, the elevator is right off the room.
Thank you. Okay, so it took them 10 to 15 minutes to find Kenneka's phone and keys. When they exited the room, again, Kenneka was no longer in the hallway. Monifa stated they tried telling other people at the hotel party that Kenneka was missing, but most of the people at the party thought it was pretty much Monifa was joking and did not take it seriously. Now, you guys can go and you can read the rest of the statement. Furthermore, Kenneka was with 1 cup of alcohol, but it is unsure how many times Kenneka refilled her cup. Monifa stated she did not see drugs at the party, but knows her friends take ecstasy pills. Okay, so you guys can go and continue to read the rest of this here, the rest of the bottom area. We're getting ready to go into, now we're going to go in and we're going to listen to what Irene stated and see the contradiction of Irene's statement, Monifa's statement, and then her interview. So hold on just 1 second. We're going to go into that. Also, I want you guys to know that if you want to see, there is a particular person that was introduced to me through Miss Jess. If you actually want to see where Bree was going, Bree was here. She actually, when they first got there to the actual hotel, they were actually in this particular area. When Bree came in, she walked here. Then when she walked, the lady said she thinks she went to the bathroom. She did not go to the bathroom. She wind up right here. She walked here. This right here is where she was when she met with the Hispanic man that walked in front of her and walked out the front door lobby when she came from on the side. Just so you guys can know, this is where Bree was. So you guys want to see that, go to tours.lcp360.com for the Crown Hotel. You can actually see that. Moving on, I want to go to Irene's interview right here, and I want you guys to listen to this interview.
My sister, they tell me what they gonna do to my son. All type of stuff. How they gonna kill him. Your son need to die. You need to die. Like, how sick.
Okay, so I'm gonna start right here.
I just recently got back to Chicago from New York. I was out there for a week or so doing interviews, and in each and every borough that I visited, everyone was talking about the 19-year-old woman who was found dead in a freezer at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, which is a west suburb. Everyone was pointing fingers to the staff, but mainly to her friends. One friend in particular who went freaking viral on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, every social media outlet out there known to mankind. was this young lady right here who we have, Irene. Irene, how are you today? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I know you are a little stressed. I know it's been a lot going on. First off, I just want to say I sincerely apologize on behalf of everyone on Facebook that's bashing. How is it to take the criticism like that on social media?
It's hard. Everybody saying, you did this to your friend, and on top of that, I lost a friend. So I'm crying on top of everybody saying you did this in inboxes, private phone calls.
Private?
Yeah, they just called me private, telling us to help me, all this.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm like, you people sick. Like,
that's sick.
That's, they get my number, I don't know.
You want to know something crazy? While I was out of town, I saw something that was crazy to me. I saw someone release your address.
Yeah, my address is all over the media.
Are you serious?
People was in front of my house.
Like really processing or staking out, trying to catch
it? They really recorded my house. Like, okay, this is Irene Roberts' house right here.
Do you feel like your life is in danger now?
Yeah.
It's pretty dead, really, right?
Yeah, run nobody there.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for everybody to come.
Okay.
This is where I wanted you guys to see.
Like, oh, hey.
No, they ain't greet us. They just looked at us walk past. See me walk
was
past.
it a nasty look? Or?
No, just a who are you people? Like, look.
Okay. Was that your first time ever going there?
Yeah, that's my first time ever like being there.
In the newspaper, the article I read that it was on the 9th floor. Is that a fact?
Yeah, that's the 9th floor.
On the 9th floor. What room number you remember?
926.
Room number 926 on the 9th floor. So you coming off the elevator, or you making a left or right?
You come off the elevator, you make it right, and it's literally right there.
Oh,
right
okay. Right off the elevator. You come off the elevator, you made it right. Boom. What time juke and jump in the elevator?
I say 2 o'clock, literally.
2 in the morning?
Because it just started like that. I just got there myself.
At 10:30, 11. Yeah. So you straighten up.
People started to ride slowly. Slowly, people started to ride. Then 2 in the morning, that's when it got lit.
And most of these people that arrived, because you put the flyer on Facebook via Facebook.
Yeah, and people bringing friends and friends. So.
Okay, and y'all from the west side of Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around what area?
Jackson West.
Where the T's at?
Yeah.
Shout out to the T's. I did a video before on the T's over there. Okay, so y'all okay, it's 2 in the morning. Everyone's coming. What time do you think Kenneka come around that time too?
Oh, that's
Girl, I'm on my way.
So she said she called her.
Downstairs. We downstairs. How you enter? I told her.
Who she was with?
She was with her people.
Maya?
Shamaya, yeah.
Okay.
Maya.
She's with
Monifa.
She's with Maya and Monifa.
And Bree.
And Bree. Maya, Monifa, Bree, and Kenneka. They was all together. Mm-hmm. And Kenneka's mother car, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this was shortly after 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when
it's probably not even 2 a.m. It's probably like the day came when the party was dry. So like,
they came before.
Yeah, like they coming when the party dry.
Okay, so
they was already done.
So was that the video that the world seen on Facebook when they was in the washroom? And
yep, that's the video that went viral.
It was Kenneka and who else?
Kenneka, Maya.
In the washroom in that video.
Oh no, in the washroom that was Monifa and Kenneka in the video. Okay,
it was Monifa and Kenneka in the video. Okay, what time did the guys arrive?
I see. That's when the party got last around 2 something.
That's when it started busting.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody coming up. Oh yeah, we in here. Mm-hmm. West side in here.
Yeah. You late?
Because I hear y'all. Is it true? Is it the fact that y'all was playing some social?
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Turn the party up.
Yeah.
Did y'all having to play some Finisa?
Nah, we didn't play that. I forgot all about that.
Okay. So y'all started getting live. What made you take your cell phone and go live?
Me personally, I always go live. Anywhere, anytime. I'm going live. But I do, but since Facebook blocked me, I just go live on other page.
So you weren't even. Parties, busting. Let us make our way down there.
Right.
Just it's marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Just to get more people.
I know that it's busting.
It's busting at the party. Boom. Don't talk about different real 7 things like that. Hey, video. on yourself. Why you say to?
I'm trying to get the phone buffer.
Say that. I have to ask you this, no disrespect. This is Zach TV1. I get to the bottom of everything. It's a point in the video between, I think it's like 208 and 306, and I hear it's like someone's talking, speaking something with the mouth muffled. Like somebody said they raped her, and you like, are they tweaking it? Was it anything like that?
No,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly. The whole Facebook talking about. That's when they like anytime that I'm like, I told you.
I told you, yeah.
I told y'all them is that's them talking about the party tickets. Like,
so was it anything about no rape?
No, none about rape. Nothing.
So y'all was referring to what exactly went on? Tell me, who said what?
I think that was Ruby sitting next to me and like talking about the party tickets. I'm not sure because I'm off X, so all this.
You off the pill? You rolled?
Yeah, and okay. I'm like something about the party tickets. I'm like, I told you them is. And
why would people think it was rape that someone said they over there raping? And you said, I told y'all.
I don't know what. That's what these sick people in the world. They want to make it on their own. Like, y'all, that's what I'm saying to them. Y'all don't know what's going on. Why would he? It's my old friend. Literally, I'm sitting right here and just watch somebody do something.
Or in it. How many rooms was in that hotel?
There's a lot of rooms in there, but.
Oh, shit. Excuse me. So, you had, was it a suite?
No, you talking about in the room we did?
Yeah,
it was just, the room that got 2 beds.
Yeah.
That's the room we had.
Hold on. So, let's clear this up. Where people on social media saying like they was in another room.
No, it was not a suite. It was a little bitty room. Like
with 2 beds, with double beds.
Double bed. Yeah, that type of suite.
Four beds, double bed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't another room, or was people in the washroom?
No, people weren't even in the washroom. We all how packed the room. We was like together.
Okay. Wow. So okay. So nobody was. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this. Through the reflection of your shades, you had on shades.
Right.
You can see, was it a red jacket or a guy? Did he have on Tim's? I don't know. Someone landed on
a red hawk sweater.
A red hawk sweater.
A jacket. I don't even know what they getting. All this. How could you see? I don't know what they thought they were psychic or whatever they thought they were. I don't know what these people did.
And okay, to your recollection, like sitting on the bed with the camera towards you, there was a guy right here from the reflection of your glasses with the red hawks on.
And they saying this person was Kenneka. That's the whole dude right here.
So it was 2 dudes, red
dude, Kenneka all the way over there. Monifa all the way over there. Having a whole another conversation.
Did anybody say, girl, Kenneka, you having a good time? And
that was her Monifa having a whole conversation over there. See, the song was buffering, so therefore you can hear the conversation. If the music was never buffering, you could never hear nothing. But the music was buffering, her and Monifa talking, because she's sitting down on the little stool. People sitting on the bed. She, girl, you only look like you enjoying yourself.
She said it to Kenneka.
Yeah. Kenneka, like, I am enjoying myself. You drunk. She tell her, I'm not even drunk yet. Kenneka, you drunk. When you say that, then you drunk. You clearly hear me saying that.
So y'all really know Kenneka?
Yeah. We got years, like, it's not nobody we just met.
For the world that don't know Kenneka Jenkins, or they can Kenneka Martin, was she like a turn-up queen?
That's what type of crowd we is. We love to have fun. This is what we came to do, have fun. We celebrated her birthday in the hotel. Now we come celebrate my birthday in the hotel.
Was last Friday actually your birthday?
It was 2 days after my birthday, 3 days after my birthday. My birthday was on the 5th.
Okay. And then occurred on the 8th, September 8th. Okay. Wow. So when was it that you guys realized, like, damn, Kenneka is lit. She really drunk. She wasted.
When he was bopping. I know he was bopping.
West side, y'all bop.
Yeah.
Sick on bop.
Yeah, I see her. I look at her. She leaned back to the wall. Kenneka, it's over for you. You drunk. You lit. You drunk. She ain't drunk. That's when you know Kenneka drunk, because she always telling us she not drunk.
Okay.
You drunk. That's when I knew she was drunk.
So at that particular moment, was she like stumbling, falling? Was people still trying to dance with her? She was
all still dancing. Like, she drunk, but we still dancing.
What led to Kenneka Martin getting up and exiting that room on September 9th, because right now the 9th is on that Saturday right now. The 8th is Friday. Now we roll into the morning. On that morning, what made her exit that room?
They was gonna go.
Now listen to this here. This is very important.
Oh, so she like wasted that.
Yeah, she on the bed, sleep now. Now she sleep. She got my sister sleep.
Was anybody touching her while she was sleeping?
No, before this, she came at me like, Irene, you ain't finna turn up. This how you gonna be on your birthday? I'm like, hi. Just sitting there like, I'm hi, it's over with. Wait till the next one. My sister called over there. She fall right into the lamp. Boom.
Damn, she injured herself.
Nah, she ain't injured herself. She just fell to the lamp, like, stumbled to it. Ooh, yeah. I'm like, ooh, yeah, you is drunk. She lay on the bed. My sister put her right there. She go to sleep. We need to pick up. And this time, I'm guessing they finna go, because we need to pick up.
Right.
Now they finna go.
Monifa picked her up.
They entered it, like, to get her phone. Maya like, give me her phone. I'm like, y'all finna go. She is.
Okay.
Come in, Monifa like.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to stop right there because I don't want to forget. She said that they had already told her before they even walked out of the actual room. She said they were getting ready to go. They give her phone. So then why would the hell they have to not get the phone? Why would they go out knowing that they need the goddamn phone and keys? Okay, let me keep going. I'm sorry. Let me keep going.
Like, Kenneka gone. Kenneka gone.
Oh, hold on. How did she just leave?
In these seconds, that's what I'm saying.
She fell into the lap. Oh, stop.
Okay, she sleep for a little minute, like 5 minutes later, here come Monifa pick up. They can leave. Monifa, I got her phone though. This is what the music's playing off her.
I got her phone.
Okay.
So I hit her phone. I give me her phone. Y'all finna leave. You finna leave. She like, Mike, like, yeah, we is finna leave. Next thing you know, I'm like, unhook the Bluetooth then. And my police from there, like, she missing. Oh, she missing.
This one is kind of hard to feel. So
Thank you.
She accidentally bumped the lap. Boom. She said, "We finna leave.
Thank you.
Let's get out. Let's grab her phone."
Before she hit the lamp, she hit the lamp, bed, sleep. She sleep on the bed.
Right.
Monifa come pick her up.
So Monifa took her outside the room.
Yeah.
Who came back for the phone?
Right. Both of them left.
Oh, let me just. It says who came back for the phone? Maya.
Oh, okay. So she's in the hallway with Monifa.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they realized she ain't got her phone, the keys, nothing. They just.
So now they come back in.
Now they realize she didn't have it.
Okay, so everybody
can't leave without her keys all alone.
Exactly.
You can't have you on drive.
We in her mama car.
Yeah.
So at this time, they like, girl, I don't know.
I don't know what they did. They
was
like, I don't know. So I don't have to.
Okay. We're not gonna make any assumptions, but they all run back in because it's four of them that came together.
Ruby was already gone though. Party got rocking. Ruby was gone.
She a ride or Uber?
No, she had left with the guys. Some of the guys.
Okay.
She left.
Okay. So Ruby was totally out of this. Boom.
Yeah,
so Monifa and
Maya came back in the room for the phone. They're like, give me your phone. Give me her phone. I'm like, y'all can leave Maya. She like, yeah. Yeah. They come back in again. Kenneka gone.
What?
Kenneka gone.
They came back in again.
That's what I'm like. How she going that fast though? That's what I'm saying, y'all. Just like 30 seconds. I say, left out with her. Come back in, whatever. 30 seconds. She gone.
Whoa, you said
30 seconds.
At this time, what's the security guard?
Before all that, when the party was live, he came knocking on our door like, y'all need to keep the noise down a little bit. Hearing complaints.
White guy.
The Mexican guy.
Hispanic guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
The Mexican short black guy.
Okay. Was he cool at all?
He was all cool with us. Like, usually.
Was y'all turn up?
They all is cool.
Yeah, it was like weed.
Did they smell it?
Yeah. The whole hallway, you get off the elevator, you smell it.
So instead of them coming, y'all gotta go. What did he say?
Keep the noise down.
So he wanted you, and he wasn't getting any business.
I don't know.
Was there any other people in that hotel?
Yeah, a lot of little Caucasian people in that.
Okay.
Whatever. They all up in there.
Were you guys disturbing them?
I guess that's why he came to the door, like keep the noise down.
It's on this violation such and such.
Yeah.
You guys are too loud. Can you volume down?
Yeah.
Okay. So 30 seconds. Kenneka stumbled up. Oh, okay. They come in. Hey, yo, Kenneka missing. What's your first reaction? Your initial reaction?
Kenneka missing.
Well, y'all tweaking.
Yeah. How she missing?
She was just here.
That's what I said. Go find her. She missing it.
What they say?
Okay.
They went to go look for her.
Came back.
Came back.
How long later?
I said, you know, you out pills, everything.
So you in the Matrix?
Yeah, everything. So I'm guessing when they came back there, they still didn't have. So like, Kenneka is gone now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
so we're gonna stop here with this particular part of the show. We're gonna definitely stop right here. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you guys. So we can have this discussion. Jess, did you hear all of that? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So just so FYI, if you go further down the line with the actual, if you go further down, into the video, she actually states, Irene says that she left. She left them there looking for Monifa. But then she sit there and says that she is good friends with Kenneka. If that was my good friend, do you think I'm going to leave 2 other girls to sit there and look for her, or 3 other girls to sit there and look for her, when I should be looking there? She came to my party. It wasn't that she came there because of Monifa. She came because it was her party. She came to come and celebrate her birthday. So why would you leave your friend missing without being there to stay there to you feel what I'm saying? And then, oh my God, it's so much that we
But
can
that's because in an interview, she stated that, Kenneka didn't come with her. So in her head, she didn't feel like she had a responsibility to look for her because Kenneka didn't ride with her. But that also told me that she didn't care. And I believe she knew what happened to her. And she just didn't want to be a part of that.
I do too. And not only that.
And for the record, and let me say this too, for the record, that video was not live. That video was not live. When you go Facebook Live, you are able to view comments that people make. And it don't matter how old the live stream is, you can see the content of people commenting on your live stream. So I don't even believe that was live. I believe she was looking at something on that phone. That's what I believe.
And so what about the fact that, me personally, I was pissed off at the fact that Brianna, which we will go into on Sunday, Brianna left the hotel at 2:30 in the morning. And I'm giving a rough time because it is, it give or take maybe 5 or 6 minutes before or after. But Brianna actually left the hotel at 2:30 in the morning with these guys. And we literally see it on the video, on the actual footage for the lobby. She walked out with, I think, 2 guys in formation out the door. And then she came back at 3:30. When you look at the actual photos from the Rosemont, the EMT, he took a picture of the actual area, which they call the service area, where the doors open and close like a jaw. In that area, that is outside of the Crown Hotel. That is not inside. The door that is actually being seen. And I wish I can post it up right now for you, but I don't want to go through my screen. I didn't have it because this is for another day topic. But if you guys go and do your research, the actual photo shows that particular entry into the kitchen is from outside of the building. Bree was gone between 2:30 and 3:30. The last of the minutes that was done, I'm wondering now, was she coached? Was Bree out there coaching her? Was Bree and this Hispanic guy, what was she doing with the Hispanic guy? Was she selling drugs, or was she getting drugs, or was she getting money, getting paid for something? But it was just so strange that when I looked at that photo, I kept looking at the photo. I said, that photo is outside of the building. That means, and the man Gray Hughes he was debunking. He said, well, if that's the case, she would have had to actually go up under the camera. They walked up under the camera. Well, the bottom line, because she's not in the footage, but so if she did walk up under that camera to go inside of the kitchen, she went outside first before she walked back inside into that kitchen. And if that's the case, Bree was outside between 2:30 and 3:30. Not saying that she was outside the building, but she damn sure was not inside the building between 2:30 and 3:30 in the damn morning. So that's what I want to talk about. And we're going to watch the video Sunday night. We're going to watch the whole video, as well as we're going to watch Bree's moves. Now, Jessica, you did mention to me about someone who has a channel who was talking about Bree's moves. I didn't watch the whole video because I got stuck right there in the beginning of where she was. And that's why I was trying to show you guys in the beginning of our Tonight show is where Bree was actually walking and she met up with somebody. So with that being said, Jessica, I'm going to turn it over to you so we can go ahead and finish the last of this discussion before we leave out.
Okay, what are you asking me?
About the fact of it's a possibility that Kenneka walked outside of the building.
Oh, yes.
Of the kitchen.
Well, are you talking about the footage of her walking out through the front lobby?
Yeah, Brianna walked out through the front and came back in through the front lobby.
Right. So, I don't know. The footage that I saw, appeared to be Kenneka. I'm not 100% sure because I only saw her backside. The jeans, the jean jacket, and the long hair. And it was 3 guys walking in formation with her. So it was one in front of her, like one on the side of her in front, one in the middle, and one in the back. And she walked right out that female walked right out the front lobby with 3 guys. But I can't say if it was her because I never saw the face. And then you have to think about in the video that T.Y. Rowland posted, you saw several girls that appeared to have like the same outfits on and the same hairstyle. So it's just hard to say.
Okay. So, well, with that being
said,
you
talking about another footage in the back or something, or?
No, I was just pretty much trying to go over Bree leaving in and out of the hotel room. Excuse me.
So Bree was spotted going out Bree was spotted going out the hotel, but and then it was stated that I have to find the file, but it was stated, I remember reading in her statement that she left to go pick up some friends that I guess got lost and couldn't get there. And so she went to go pick them up. Now, it was never revealed in the report whose vehicle she used because we know that initially she rode with Kenneka to the hotel with the other 2 girls. So it was never revealed in the witness statement whose vehicle she used. Mm-hmm. And when she did return to the hotel, those people that she went to go pick up did not come back in the hotel with her. And in the statement, I remember reading that she said that they changed their mind, that they didn't want to come to the party. So I just, all that just sounded, it just sounded like a bunch of BS to me. And because how you gone for the, all that time to go get somebody and then you come back and they change their mind about going. I don't know. It just sounds fishy. And I did remember, I do recall reading that, but it was never stated in the witness statement whose car she used. It was stated according to her that she texted Kenneka to let her know that she was 10 minutes away from coming back to the hotel. And in that report, it stated that there was no reply back from Kenneka's phone to that text that Brianna sent.
Yes, exactly.
So, but the what sounds fishy is that because as soon as she got back, that's when, you know, it was almost like when she left, you know, if you put the pieces together, now Kenneka is missing. You understand what I'm saying? So her activity is very suspicious, and it's actually a YouTuber who did a really good presentation on Brianna Mays, which is her full name, who did a very good presentation on her, and it's titled, I think it's Where Are You, Bree, or We Follow You, Bree, or something, but the YouTuber's name is 54 underscore KEYZ. And so I actually typed that in the chat. For those of you that want to look at it, she did a 2-part presentation on the whereabouts of Brianna, and she had the footage, the time, you know, the timeline and everything. It was a very good presentation. So even after looking at that, it makes you kind of, you know, it makes you think about her again, and that, you know, we can't really say that she's innocent just because she was not, you know, in the room for a certain period of time, or because she wasn't there when they walked Kenneka out the room.
And that's true. That's absolutely true. And that's why I, like you said, I think they're all trying to come up with some type of idea of what they're going to say to everybody, and they had to get their story straight. That's the reason why it took them 2 hours to call her mom. You know, her mom says that she got a phone call at 4:34 in the morning, and they didn't leave the actual hotel until 5 in the morning. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, if they didn't leave, and literally they had to even go back and get Bree and come back to leave out. So I just want you guys to see that this is Bree walking down on the side, and as you can see, there's somebody in the top left hand corner over here. She's meeting the guy, and at the same time that she's meeting the guy, I wanted you guys to see what happened. This is the guy who actually came that she met with. And then from there, after he leaves out, then she actually comes out. So this here video that you guys are seeing right this particular time, this is an actual recorded video of my screen that I did to show you guys what Bree had did on that side and to show you where she was. When they first got there, if you notice, it's 1:25. The young lady who had spoke on it, they just got there at 1:13. So I wanted you guys to see that particular video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it and show you everything. Now, again, this is a screen video being played right now that you see. You can see this actual full video on Forever True TV later on this evening, so you can actually understand, because there is an actual voiceover, in which is me. I'm doing the voiceover to go out, but I don't want to go through the whole voice because I'm continuously talking, so I don't want to talk over what I'm saying for the video. So you guys will be able to see that between tonight and the first thing in the morning. I just want you to know what was going on and what we seen when we watched the actual footage. You will be able to see the lobby and how long what things were on the lobby and who was coming in the lobby and who was going out. And you'll be able to see each of them coming in and out, and from both screens. You'll also be able to see that if not Kenneka, but if Monifa and them actually went up to the front desk and told the front desk clerk that their friend was missing, He would not be just doing his job casually like he is. So you'll be able to see all of this here on the screen as far as on the Forever True TV. Okay. So I just want to let you guys see that. He doesn't look like he's looking for somebody. So you could be able to see all of this here again on the Forever True TV. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this here. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I am going to come back to you personally. Hi, here I am. We had a long interview tonight. Thank you so much for you guys tuning in. We're just going to take a couple of questions on here, and then we're going to go from there. And what I am seeing is that we had a couple of people that were stating some things on here, such as Anne was making some suggestions, and she was talking about the case as well. We have I'm up here trying to do stuff, and I got a mouse and my hands trying to do all this stuff at the same time. Can't you believe that, girl? So I'm just going to go over a couple of them. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight with us. True Thoughts, she says, I never saw any dancing more than like rapping and chanting, which that is true. At the same time, someone had said there wasn't enough liquor for liquor to go around. So that means everybody, it was a BYOB party, because I don't think she's going to sit there and pay for everybody to have liquor. So that was a BYOB party. What you think about that? So let's go over some of the questions that are here. Anne says, you're right, sis. Then she says, you knew they was leaving, yet kept her phone. Exactly. And if Kenneka was so drunk, how were they going to leave? Kenneka was the driver. What do you think about that, Jess?
Yeah, that's true. So, how was they gonna leave? And she was too drunk to drive. And I want to say, unless I'm incorrect, but I think Brianna was the one that actually drove the car back to her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless one of them was gonna drive, then yeah, how would they be able to leave? And she was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally believe they all just collaborated that story to just cover why she was supposedly left in that hallway. Mm-hmm. And to come up with the whole thing that they lost her.
Yes. And Anne says she can't believe it that she just now hearing this for the first time, that Kenneka was apparently sleeping. And then you got Vicky on line 9.8. She says, I can see recommended videos to the right of the Kenneka friend Irene Roberts breaks her silence interview with Zach video. One is titled Irene/Clues Unspotted. Have you reviewed that video yet? No, I haven't. Those just popped up right along with us tonight. So no, I haven't, but I will definitely look into that. And then Jessica, you said, I believe she was coached in the interview. You believe she was coached for that interview?
Oh, definitely, yes. Yeah.
Predetermined on what to say.
Just from her body language, and I mean, the interviewer was the way he was talking to her. It was kind of like, you follow my lead. When I ask you a question, you kind of answer how I asked you. She was coached. Yeah. She never looked at the camera. It was just a lot. Her body language told a lot. She never even looked up. And then she was fumbling with that pillow. She was fumbling with her fingers. I mean, it was all that. I just feel like some of that was half truth and the rest of it was lies. I really believe that.
Okay. And I believe it was too. You could just, her body language told it all to me. It really did tell me a whole lot. I didn't really pay attention to the body language until now, really looking at it. And she never once, just like, you know, Anne was like, I'm getting tired of seeing this pillow. She had a pillow, but she had a sheet up under her pillow too. So it looked like she was just sitting on a couch in her pajamas or something when he came over to come and get to do this interview. So with that being said, she says, Vicky also says, as Irene remembers the actual events, she looks to her left and seems to react with regrets on her face. Normally, when a lot of people, my daddy used to always say, look at me when I'm talking to you. And then when I answer the question, if I look a certain direction, he says, you're lying, which I knew I was lying. But you know what I'm saying? At times, you don't really be lying. You just be trying to figure out what you're going to say, you know, because you could be nervous. But she did have an indication of fabrication with her body language. As far as that is concerned, I am going to say that Vicky also says that the recollections of the various girls falling to match and the contradictions of some of the police reports details where timing and suspects are involved are hard to ignore. And that is true, Vicky. It is. Douglas Anderson is very good. He was doing some, like I said, he was probing into the case, and he brought out some good things about it. He says Bree was supposed to be driving Kenneka's mom's car. And then he also says, and without the two people that supposedly drove her. Then Vicky also says, please be careful when asking the law enforcement authorities on this case. Law enforcement authorities are only human beings too. Human beings with desires and scrupulous motives at times. You do have to be careful when you're asking law enforcement. We were actually talking about that in class the other day, about how police officers need to use discretion when they are working with the public and communities. So that is very, very true on that. They can react with violence to silence any further questions. They can react with violence to silence any further questions. Boy, Vicky, boy, you got it going on, honey. You got it going on. Maybe we need to have you on the panel so you can talk about this here on Sunday night, because that is something really, really exciting, what you're saying. The things that you're saying, I think you need to come online and come on the panel. So why don't you email me, forevertruetv@gmail.com, and let's talk about getting you on the panel and having a nice little discussion on this here on Sunday night. But that is really, really awesome. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to leave. It's time for us to get offline. Tonight, we had a wonderful discussion. There is more that we want to go over, but it would take us a long time to go over that. So we're going to just stick with what we got for now. And I just want to say my goodbyes to everybody, and then we are out. So with that being said, thank you, John Q, for coming in tonight. Thank you very much. The first thing I want to do is thank my moderators, Toonie and Coco Brown. Happy birthday to Coco Brown's daughter again. True Thoughts, thank you for coming in and spending some time with us tonight. And thank you so much for coming in. Jessica M, thank you very much for being on the panel tonight. Vicky Online 9.8, thank you for coming in. Douglas Anderson, I appreciate your time. I will continue to drop those links in for you, and if possible, get whatever you need. At the same time, I want to say Gaming King 48. I didn't get a chance to really introduce myself to you, but I'm Angelique, your host. Thank you again for coming in tonight and speaking on the footage as well. I want to give shout outs to Shapara Versace. Thank you for tuning in with us. If I did miss anybody else, please forgive me, because it's not intentionally. D-Slit, it's about time. I didn't get a chance to see you tonight, but I really wish you would come online and come on the panel with us. That would be really, really nice for you to come in and holler with us tonight. But if not, we will see you on Sunday night. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in with Forever True TV. I am your host, Angelique, and tonight you were online with me and Jessica. We will see you on Sunday night. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening. Good night, everybody. We love you. Mwah.